just from staying out in the sun a bit too long. She woke up to find her husband gone without a trace. At first, she figured he'd slipped away to set up a surprise, but after waiting hours on end, he still hadn't shown up. She jumped up and started searching the beach. Even after asking countless people passing by, no one had seen her husband. Turning to look out at the vast ocean, a growing sense of dread filled her heart. The more she thought, the more scared she became. She hurried to find the nearest rescue team and begged them to search the waters where he'd vanished. They combed the area, but it was like her husband had vanished into thin air. Despite the rescue team's best efforts, they came up empty-handed. Mary had no choice but to go alone to the police station to file a report. Hoping to get any search updates quickly, the cops asked her straight out if her husband had seemed suicidal lately, or if they'd been fighting. After thinking it over, Mary shot down both ideas right away. In her memory, while their life together was simple, they'd never once fought. In fact, to keep things strong, they took a beach vacation every single year. Who knew this year would end like this? After giving her statement, Mary went home to wait for news, but sadness swallowed her whole and sleep wouldn't come. She desperately hoped her husband would come back to her, so much so that even the slightest sound outside made her think he was home. But all that answered her was the long, dead silence of the night. After that, Mary barely slept night after night. She often drove down to that same stretch of beach where he'd disappeared. How she wished this was all just some awful prank of his. Finally, after waiting in vain, Mary decided to leave that place of heartache. But before she left, she still placed the key under the usual rock, just hoping that if he ever came back, he'd have a place to stay. A year passed in the blink of an eye. Mary dressed up for a friend's party, looking stunning in a black dress, as if she'd moved past her husband's shadow. Yet, to everything her friends said, Mary's replies always seemed to circle back to him somehow. Her friends understood, while Mary seemed calm on the surface. Inside, she was still tangled up in grief. One friend couldn't bear to see Mary struggling to hold it together, so he made up an excuse about going her way and asked Vincent to drive her home. Even though Vincent managed to get a laugh out of Mary on the drive, once they reached her door, Mary firmly shut down any further ideas Vincent might have had. Then she got out of the car decisively. Back inside, Mary lay quietly on the sofa, but suddenly heard a noise in the house.